Hey, yo, whoa, we are back, people. We are back with another episode. Another episode of Ski's Opinion with your gracious and humble host, Ski. Yo, what up, people? What's up? How we doing? How we doing, world? So, I'm gonna jump right into the show. Not gonna sit here for a long time, but we're gonna run through some things. Uh, in Ski's Opinion. This episode will be about my first topic will be on let's talk about it, people. Little Durk. I know everybody heard. Feds came out with new charges. Since the last time I spoke on Durk, the feds has came with the hammer. Huh? Right? So they've dropped the hammer, on them. You guys they came with superseding indictment number three, people. Superseding indictment number three. So now they're scrapping the. I don't even know if they're scrapping it. It just seems like they probably adding on to everything while they're building their case. But they hedged their bets on stalking, which led into the furtherance of a murder, Vicon, Rico. Can't remember all the charges, but anyway, they came out with a whole new game plan, right? And snitching ass, snitching ass, snitching news, right? This dude, Trench's dude. So this dude, he couldn't wait to bring it up, but he did. Gotta give it, because I gotta be unbiased on the show. He did break the news first, um, about what was going on because I think that he's in communication with law enforcement. As I think a lot of people may know that I think he may be in witness protection himself um, behind the O block 6 or 7 or 8, how it is down, but be, in lieu of that case from him testifying, I think he's been in protective custody. He's acting like as if he isn't. If you watch his videos, Trenches are doing a voiceover with an old video of him, from before, and that's not him actually recording then and there, right? So when he put it out, he put it out in premiere form. I do it sometimes with my videos, without being live. So, but he make it seem like it makes it, like he's live there, but he's not. Um, but anyway, he came out with it first. The world, we know you guys now. They dropped the gauntlet. I still have to say that it shows the feds are grasping at everything that they can to actually build a case. But you know what the streets is doing. You know what the internet doing, you guys, right? He's cooked. It's over. OTF is dead. And da da da. The man still gotta have his day in court. No matter how bad it's looking for him with these new charges. This is the third time they came with new charges, you guys. He been cooked every time. And then they get to a point to where he's not cooked, right? But it shows me that their case is not as steady and as strong as they thought it was, or as people thought it was, right? Um, I'm gonna say that this seems to be a witch hunt of such, right? And I think that they may have made a mistake as far as not going to trial when Dirk was ready. If they would have went then they couldn't bring this, and they would have to bring up whole new charges or whatever to recharge him after that case was over. But you wouldn't have been able to bring it in then, and he would have got off, and then the next charges or the next case that they came at him with, whether he got out or he was still in there, and y'all trying to compound. Now it looked like that y'all just powder, right? Because you lost. Well, before they had a chance to lose, they keep going back to the grand jury. We have more information. Like so, like they said, well, the investigation never stopped. But do it, or even if it don't, does that make him guilty? Because you guys are saying, oh, he's cooked. Cause now what's his name? Took a deal. If they took a deal, that makes him dirty. No, it don't. That makes them dirty. That makes them guilty of the crime they said that was done. He said he don't have nothing to do with it. And as long as he keep his mouth shut, he don't have nothing to do with it. They have to prove that beyond reasonable doubt. He's talking about text messages, but text messages of what? I haven't seen or heard anything about text messages between him and what's the kid's name, Marnie and whoever the hell it is. But um, I ain't seen no text message from Dirk. Or even them saying like oh Diddy with the orchestra. He's the middleman in there. That's his code D. What does that mean? This is like the same thing with this case right now with with Dirt and that they own now. Everybody like, well, Diddy is such a he ain't flipped yet, but when they flip, it's really why? Because they saying he did it now. It's even more obvious that they made that deal like everybody else made the deal. Um, uh, to say they not, but it'll be too late if they try to do it now. And it still looks sincere, but that don't make what Jam is foolproof. Um, uh, his name, that don't make them foolproof. That's my point. With that, like it ain't open and shut if you ask me. So that's my take somewhat on the Dirt situation. Guys, that I feel like they're grasping at straws. Like I said, I just feel this way. I feel like everybody's jumping on the bandwagon of saying what somebody is when they haven't even went to trial yet. They haven't even been in court as far as fighting this trial and what's really presented. Other than the new charges that they put, this is new evidence. It's just new charges. And you got some more snitches, and and now they got to fight more. And this is why he wanted to go to trial then. So you you you're just running up a bag for his lawyers because you're giving them more work to do, and you cutting a hole deeper into their pocket. So even if we lose, they say their heads and their backs. Uh, if anything, they should get him on stalking, right? The stalking holds 20 years to life or whatever you said, right? But what if you can't get him on that? You know how the government play. We're gonna break you. We're gonna straighten this case out as long as we can. Look, 2 months before you're supposed to go to trial, they present all these new things, which is gonna have to make Dirk and them lawyers ask to push it back, right? So we're gonna keep you in there as long as we can keep you up in here, and we're gonna fight through this case until we drain your pocket. If we can't lock you up, we're gonna kill you financially. And then to the point to where, like I said, they trying to kill Drill. But who's left and what's left for him to come back to? Like if you even look at Young Thug, he sat in there for what 3 years, almost 4 years, and he fought. Did he finally made this plea that I think was super stupid, taking 20 years of probation to come home on a case he probably would have beat if he sat another month or two, right? But who could tell a man when they want to come home or not? But he did some talking that came out, or whatever. So, but his career haven't recovered to where it was post jail. So they didn't break the, but they killed the career, and then they couldn't bury him and give him 20 years to life or whatever they wanted to give him, but they gave him 20 years of probation and murdered his career, shook up his power. then leak shit to hurt him even more. So you killed him. You killed the persona of who he was or who he is, right? Um, you killed that. So they succeeded in that part. So that's what I'm saying. I think if all else said and done, I don't know if they're gonna beat that. Don't get me. I'm not saying that, people. You know, everybody probably like, oh, this man is super delusional. He still said he got a shot. That's just how I feel. He has a shot until they say guilty or not guilty, you guys. This is not over until the courts have they just do to justice get served till it plays out in court. It has to play out. I'm sorry. As much as y'all want to say, I'm telling you, you see, y'all, you see this now? And no, it still has to play out. You got it? And much people think what Smith News said about Drew Finley and what's the name? Brian Steele, they ain't won nothing. You plea agreements, this and that. Yeah, they took some pleas, you know, with Lucci. They took pleas with Doug. They didn't take no plea with Paul, but then they lost. Yeah, on the smaller charges, but that's what he was actually guilty of. But they beat the big charges. You can't say that that they don't whoop shit. The man just came off a fight with the feds with Puff. So you don't. I don't like when people do that, right? Because you don't. We're not lawyers. We not in court of law, whatever. And as much as we want to say they blood suckers and they just lying and sit here and run up, they know what they're doing. The track record shows that they do. Even if it's a plea or whatever, he's gonna get you the best deal out of the situation to where you can come up out and see daylight again, right? They probably don't give a damn about, you know, being the biggest rapper in the world when he come out. He gonna be happy to be home if he get home, right? So I just I don't like that. I don't like how we so quick to throw people away, right? And so quick to just jump on the bandwagon of what anybody and everybody else saying. Yeah, you know, that, man, shut up, y'all. Nothing. And that's just it, man. So let's just wait, you guys. Let this boy have his day in court, man. This man have his day in court, and think about his family, man. He got children. You know, he got a wife. He got a mother. He got a father, you know what I'm saying? Like he got sisters, he got siblings, brother. He got a family, you got people who love him. So think about that when you're just screaming out and posting up ish about somebody being cooked. Or what this is, what that is, or what this mean, what that mean. You don't know nothing, but you spewing up BS, and then a lot of the stuff that's being said on the internet is being believed, especially by these kids that he got children that's old enough to be on the internet. They've got tablets and phones and stuff like that to see all the stuff. So think about that, you guys, because it could be you one day. I know what you say, God forbid. I don't hope it on nobody, but I know what people say it won't be me. You don't know what life got, out here for you. But that's my take on that. Um, I want to do a couple of mentions about a couple of things before I take off, you guys. You guys hear the Wayne Scary Movie 6 hit the box office at 105 million, 106 million, or something like that worldwide. I think it was like 55 million in the U.S. and in North America, and the rest of it was 50 million or something like that was across 53 markets across the world globally. Did 105 million. It's the most successful opening weekend of any scary movie for the whole franchise. So like people said, I mean, they did it years ago when, it was big for them, but they wasn't doing 100 million in the first weekend, right? Um, so they outdid themselves, right? And everything else. So it's the big. So it just shows, You should have kept those people there. And then another thing I want to say, I do want to mention this because these people know that they do this to us, but they always say that black movies don't do well internationally. Well, they just did over 50 million in a weekend internationally all over the world, and another 55 million right here. You got so let's stop that. Let's quit that conversation, right? We can do it everywhere, and we do it everywhere. We are the culture. So, um, congratulations to the win. Salute to y'all, brother. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I will be checking it out pretty soon. At some point when I get some time to get out there. I'm gonna go check it out though. Support the fan. I couldn't wait to see this. I can't wait to see this. Anyway, and I was so happy to hear that y'all was coming back. So, congrats on that. Um, one more mention before I got here, you guys. So, yeah, I spoke on Dane, coming back, like I said, prophesied. Well, I didn't think, and I should have thought about that. And I could do that in the prophecy too, but I didn't. I didn't come up with this, but she has came, you guys. Mrs. Jaguar Wright. That's game. So, wanking at J Life. But you got to say something about me, and you had to do the okay thing, and with this and that, and the way so you could do this and represent your people. It did a little bit that did all this extra over the top BS y'all know what she be doing, right? So she heard the actress, but she came back, right? And I'm gonna say this, right? Jaguar now I'm gonna prophesize a little bit more now, you guys. But over the next couple of weeks, if it happens or it don't happen, I'm gonna speak on it. I'm gonna give it 2 weeks though. I bet you she capitalized off of this better than Dan did. You gonna see on different platforms getting the bag. She finna make her rounds because people now that she done it on real life street style, people now gonna be reaching out to her, Karen Capone's and all of them to get their interviews, the art, to get their interviews from her because they gonna want to know what she gotta say. She had to, and she do numbers. You know what I'm saying on people platforms. So I can't wait to see, but we gonna check that out. We gonna stay tuned. But I think she gonna monopolize it better than Dan. Dan probably made about 5 or 10 bands. Jaguar could turn it to about 50 to 100. Right? She could have gone tour with it. Uh-huh. But yeah, so yeah, you got that. Oh, one more thing. Speaking of Jay-Z freestyle, so I just see the clip of Cameron talking about Jay-Z been swag jacket since 87, right? And so he's naming off different things, the Jay that stole or copped off people. Well, that's something I can say. I can't be biased, you know what I'm saying? With this. And that is he is right. Jay been taking ish forever, right? He used to have a big catalog, you know what I'm saying, with songs and redoing stuff. I mean, Nas still here, and and was still going. He took Nas line and made it something. So he's been biting the swag jacket forever. They say he took Young Chris style or some lyrics or some stuff from. I know he grabbed Oskino song, give it to me. That funk, that sweet, that stuff. Y'all got man, what is up with that though, right? Sorry, I get sidetracked. I do sometimes, you guys, but I like to go. I like to be, spontaneous in this. But what's up with Oskino? Yeah, Sparks, right? Sparks was a star, man. I think he had good ear and talent for music. He made some decent songs I liked. Beyond that one, that was huge. But he had a couple other ones, him and Oskino, and I had a couple of them on uh, uh, state property soundtracks, right? I liked them, but not even just that. That dude, out of all of them, with all that bad acting on the state property movies, he was actually good. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, I think he overacted a little bit in two, but in part one, he was great. And I think that he could actually steal. I think if somebody, man, I should probably write some. Right, I'm working on me some screenplays, man. I think I'm gonna write some stuff for Baby Boy. What's my man? Emilio Sparks, man. But I think I think he'd be a good actor, man, like a comedic actor. Look out for Oskido, man. That's a talent right there, and he'd be an overlook. I would say that, but yeah, Jay, they say he's swag jacket, right? So we're gonna pay attention to that. I wanna see what's gonna come of that, right? Because again, I'm saying that's gonna cause problems with him and Jay now. Jay mentioned some everybody he ain't say nothing about Cam, right? You kept him out. But you saying something, I think you done put your way into something. But I'll have to say this too. I think Cam is skillfully executing these situations or these scenarios, right? Um, he's crafting these scenarios to play into that, right? To bring, I think, notoriety and more eyes, you know what I'm saying, to Talk with Fleet, the podcast. So, stay tuned on that, That's all I got for today, you guys, right? This has been another episode of Inski's Opinion with your gracious, your humble host. I sat here for a little bit longer than I thought, you guys. I thought I was going to be out of here in 15 of them, but I appreciate everybody who sat here for this 22 minutes, you know what I'm saying, of commentary, about what's going on in our everyday life, And I am out. Catch you on the flip side of things, people. See you later this week with a new episode of Skis